Top stories at the Safm medics to escort Madiba to Johannesburg and new AU headquarters opened. Good evening. With the news at 7, I'm Lulu Gabu. Medics from the South African Military Health Service will be escorting former President Nelson Mandela when he is moved from his rural home at Qunu in the Eastern Cape to Johannesburg tomorrow. An executive Boeing jet and an SANDF helicopter have been seen at Mthatha Airport. The Boeing is apparently leased from a private company by the SANDF. Madiba is expected to be flown to Gauteng in the executive jet with the helicopter as escort. He will be taken to his other home in Houghton, Johannesburg. President Jacob Zuma's spokesperson, Mac Maharaj, has given a reassurance that Madiba is in good health. Zulu King Goodwill Zwelithini has not said a word about his recent alleged comments on homosexuality while addressing a function in KwaZulu-Natal today. His reported comments on gays a week ago caused a public outcry. However, the royal household, KZN Premier Zweli Mkhize, and a Zulu language academic have all said the king's speech given in isiZulu had been misinterpreted by the reporter. Today, scores of journalists attended the installation of Inkosi Bathebuyacele at St. Faith in southern KwaZulu-Natal, hoping the Zulu monarch would clarify his comments. However, the king said nothing about the matter, instead criticizing what he called political interference in service delivery at Nongoma in the north of the province, where his royal palace is situated. A 49-year-old father has been arrested for allegedly impregnating his 15-year-old daughter at Mvuchini area in Nkandla, northern KwaZulu-Natal. Police spokesperson Captain Tulani Zwane says the victim is now 3 months pregnant.
A 49-year-old father has been arrested for raping her own daughter in Nkandla area. It is alleged that the father raped her 15-year-old daughter, and he is going to appear in court on Monday facing charges of rape.
A motorcyclist who was caught doing 240 kilometers per hour on the N2 has been slapped with a 22,000 rand fine by the Scottburg Magistrates Court on the KwaZulu-Natal south coast. The motorcyclist was traveling along the N2 near Scottburg last week. KwaZulu-Natal Transport Department spokesperson Gwanele Ngalane says the department welcomes the sentence.
A driver paid a fine of 22,000 rand for speeding for 214 at a zone of 120 on the N2 around the Scottburg area. This driver of a motorbike was arrested on the 21st of January this year, and he appeared in court. That's why he paid a fine of 22,000 rand. We are saying this is a very important step in making sure that all those who are transgressing on the road are dealt with harshly by our justice system.
And moving on to international news, the African Union has inaugurated its new high-rise headquarters in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa, built and donated by China at a cost of $200 million. The almost 100-meter tall building and its furnishings were paid for by China, and most of the construction material was also imported from the Asian powerhouse. African Union Chairperson Obiang Nguema has thanked the Chinese government on behalf of all the 54 AU member states and their citizens.
This is a new and sincere gift from the government and people of China to the friendly African countries and people. We see it as a symbol and a microcosm of the deepening China-Africa relations in the new century.
And finally, the Arab League has suspended its observer mission in Syria. The head of the league, Nabil El Arabi, says the suspension is for security reasons. The mission has been heavily criticized for having little effect on the deteriorating situation in Syria. The BBC's John Lane reports.
The Arab League announced that it had taken the decision to suspend the Syria mission, given what it described as the critical deterioration of the situation inside Syria and the continued use of violence. The League did not make the precise reason clear, but presumably the aim is to protect the monitors. They are remaining in Syria, but not deploying out from their hotel while a decision is made about the future of the mission. At the same time, the head of the Arab League is about to leave for New York to discuss with the UN Secretary General and members of the Security Council what role the UN should have in the crisis.